Welcome to another video of Shahir's travel vlog. Today, Shahir is heading to one of the most beautiful and historic countries in the world, Italy. So buckle up, grab your gelato, and let's get this Italian journey started. We're hopping on one of the best ways to explore this ancient capital. Our first stop is Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore, one of the most important and beautiful churches in Rome, known for its incredible mosaics, rich history, and peaceful atmosphere. Our journey starts at one of Rome's most legendary landmarks, the Colosseum. This ancient amphitheater once held over 50,000 spectators cheering for gladiators and wild beasts. You can hop off here to explore inside or admire it from the top deck. Rising from the heart of ancient Rome, the Colosseum is more than just a ruin, it's a symbol of Roman power, ambition, and entertainment. Built nearly 2,000 years ago, it was once the largest amphitheater in the world. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheatre, is one of the greatest wonders of the ancient world. Construction began in 72 AD under Emperor Vespasian, and it was completed in 80 AD by his son Titus. Here's a crucial tip: don't wait to buy your Colosseum tickets on the spot. Same-day tickets often sell out quickly, especially during peak seasons. The lines can be long, and walk-in entry is not guaranteed. Imagine the roar of the crowd, the clash of steel, and the dust rising from the sand as life and death battles played out beneath the Roman sun. It could seat over 50,000 spectators, who came to watch gladiator battles, wild animal hunts, mock sea battles, and even public executions. All of this under the watchful eye of emperors and roaring crowd. Inside, you'll see the exposed Hypogeum, a network of underground tunnels where fighters and animals waited their turn under the arena floor. With trapdoors and lifts, the stage was set for dramatic surprises. St. Next door is the Roman Forum, the heart of political, religious, and commercial life in ancient Rome. You'll pass by the ruins of temples, basilicas, and arches that once defined the empire. Just a short ride from the Colosseum is one of the most overlooked but historic spots in Rome, the Circus Maximus. It was the largest stadium in ancient Rome, used for chariot races, public games, and celebrations. At its peak, the Circus Maximus could hold up to 250,000 spectators, that's nearly 4 times the size of a modern football stadium. Imagine the thunder of hooves, the roar of the crowd, and the high-speed drama of chariot races around this massive oval track. Though little remains today beyond the outline and a few stone ruins, standing here gives you a sense of the sheer scale and excitement that once filled this space. Next stop, Piazza Venezia, where you'll find the massive white marble monument dedicated to Italy's first King Victor Emmanuel II. Love it or hate it, it's impossible to miss. Some locals love it, others call it the wedding cake or the typewriter because of its size and stark style. But no matter your opinion, it's one of the most iconic landmarks in Rome's modern skyline. Now we arrive at one of the most impressive temples of ancient Rome, the Pantheon. Built nearly 2000 years ago, it's the best preserved Roman temple in the world and it's still standing strong. Next stop, the Trevi Fountain, tucked away in Rome's maze of cobblestone streets, just a short walk from the bus stop at Piazza Barberini. Hidden in the winding streets of Rome's historic center is the legendary Trevi Fountain, one of the most famous fountains in the world, and definitely the most photographed in Italy. This Baroque masterpiece was completed in 1762 and features the sea god Neptune, flanked by tritons taming wild horses, a dramatic symbol of the power and unpredictability of the sea. Look to your left for Castel Sant'Angelo, originally built as a mausoleum for Emperor Hadrian. Next stop, St. Peter's Basilica, the centerpiece of Vatican City and one of the most sacred sites in the Christian world. Even from a distance, its iconic dome dominates the Roman skyline. Located in St. Peter's Square, this massive church was built on the site where tradition says St. Peter, one of Jesus' apostles, was buried. What you see today is a masterpiece of Renaissance and Baroque architecture, designed by legends like Michelangelo, Bernini, and Bramante. And that wraps up our unforgettable day exploring Rome from the top deck, from ancient ruins and majestic churches to fountains, food, and sweeping views of the eternal city. Rome never stops inspiring, but this is just the beginning. Tomorrow, a new adventure awaits, more hidden gems, more Roman flavors, and more stories waiting to be told. Today we're taking a train journey from Rome to Pisa Centrale to see the Leaning Tower. We start at Roma Termini and board a high-speed train to Florence, enjoying views of the Italian countryside along the way. After a smooth and scenic ride, we arrive at Pisa Centrale, ready to explore. Welcome to the Piazza di Miracoli, the breathtaking square in Pisa that UNESCO crowned a World Heritage Site in 1987. This Field of Miracles brings together four iconic monuments in perfect harmony: the cathedral, baptistry, leaning tower, and monumental cemetery. Construction began in 1173, but after just a few floors, the tower started to tilt, thanks to the soft, unstable ground beneath it. We're saying goodbye to Naples, the fiery heart of southern Italy, and heading all the way north to the romantic canals of Venice. From pizza ovens to gondolas. After a smooth train ride from Naples and our first glimpse of Venice's shimmering canals, we've finally arrived at our hotel. Getting here is part of the adventure. We started our day in Venice the most magical way possible, with a gondola ride through the city's quiet morning canals. As the sun rose over the water, Venice felt like a dream. No crowds, no noise, just the soft sound of the oar cutting through the canal. Our gondolier gently navigated through the hidden parts of the city, pointing out old buildings, secret corners, and stories from the past. The ride lasts about 15 minutes and costs €90 during the day, or €110 in the evening after 7 p.m. The price is for the whole boat, and you can share it with up to 5 people. After our peaceful gondola ride, we set off on foot to explore Venice the way it was meant to be seen, slowly, with no map, and wide open eyes. Venice is a city made for walking. No traffic, no noise, just cobblestone paths, colorful shutters, and hidden corners around every turn. We passed crumbling facades and elegant palazzos, locals chatting in dialect, and gondolas gliding by beneath centuries-old bridges. And just like that, our journey through Italy comes to an end. From the ancient streets of Rome, to the fiery spirit of Naples, and the timeless beauty of Venice, this country has given us memories we'll carry forever. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more travel stories around the world.